Hello to all the brilliant souls on the other side of the screen. I hope you're doing great. At first, let me introduce myself. My name is Denis. So, as you can see, I've been in this field for quite a while. Learn now to have code HTML for an escape navigator. I imagine some of you might not even know what this is, and it's perfectly fine. No worries here. There have been many interesting developments since those days. I've worked in numerous roles here and there, but always within the tech industry. Along the way, I earned some badges I found really handy and fancy, like Associate Coach from the International Coaching Federation and Professional Scrum Master Level 2 from Ken Schwaber's Ground.org. And long story short, I'm currently a contributing engineer at a tech startup. We're developing project portfolio and program management software for the banking industry. And today I'm going to bring out some insights I found valuable to share with you when considering sustainable software development. So let's go ahead. You know, whatever is suffering, as Buddha said, but I suspect software development is the real cause of the problem. I see that coding is actually a relentless choice between bad and worse. You know, many of these dilemmas, microservices or monolith server-side render or client-side render, space complexity or time complexity, making a call or sending an email, and so on and so on. Thousands of them every day. Let me simplify here. Imagine the code you write every day is just a set of words translating business requirements into machine code. So here I suppose coding is simply communication. Communication causes a lot of issues. I didn't get it, I forgot it, I didn't hear it, maybe I don't like it. Familiar situation in it? If we agree on the idea that coding is communication, then corollary one is the best code is no code. And I would like to show you how complexity arises from absolutely nothing. So, have a look at this. It's quite an ordinary situation. We have a page with a footer. It's here. Footer. And we want to add some copyright block here with dates. Let's do it. Like 2000. Denis. All rights reserved. Let's check in the browser. Refresh. Something goes wrong. No, perfect. It's here. We can see footer. We can see footer here. But what if the new year comes? May wonder a newbie engineer. We need some automation here. So let's do it. New year comes like that. Let's say new year is current year. New year is current year. Let's define the current year. Let's check. Let's check. Yeah, it works. It works. It works. So, looks great. But wait, what if someone else will use our great solution? And it might happen another year, and we don't know what year exactly. So let's help them. Let's say they started using at start year. Let's define start year. Let's say they started the same year. Let's check. Oh, something goes wrong. We can see 2025 twice. That's a problem. We must fix it. Let's check. I did it before to save our time. There is solution. Let's check in the browser. Perfectly, it works. Let's check another case. Let's start with 2023. Fresh. Yeah, it will be great. We fixed the problem. But wait, there was no problem to begin with. We add some code, a problem, and then we fix it. That's absolutely no sense. Imagine, nobody dies if there is no code at all. Nobody loses their fortune if there is no code at all. Absolutely nothing happened. No code, no problem, guys. Let's fix it. Let's fix it. Let's fix it. Yeah, We did it great again. Fantastic. Let's go back to the slides. So here is another example. There is a simple GitHub flow. Someone pushes to a repository, which triggers a linter to run, and then build runs, and finally the deployment happens. So let's see. What do we have here? That's a GitHub action described in YAML format. So we have push to stage, and then we run some lints. When we run build, if everything okay here, everything okay on success, we'll send message to Telegram channel. And if something goes wrong, if some fails, we will send a warning message to the Telegram channel. Looks fine? Good enough? Not really, a newbie engineer might reply. They don't want broken code in the staging branch. They want to revert the broken commit? Let's check. There is adjusted GitHub action. It does the same thing. But here is a reversion. Reversion on failure. So we added one step to revert commit. And then if everything okay, we'll send message to the Telegram. Fine. We fix the problem? Yeah, we fixed the problem. But wait, what if the previous commit is also broken? Let's run linter and run build one more time to check if it's okay. So the same extended or adjust action. So we revert last commit. And when we run lints and build, so and then we send Telegram message. Fine. Wait, but what is the commit before that commit? Is also broken. We need to find the last healthy commit. We'll say a newbie engineer. Let's do it. It's easy. So here we are. There is a recursive revert and rebuild. We have the cycle while do, where we run reversion, and then we run lint, build, and if everything is okay, we'll exit from the loop, and it looks perfectly fine. But guys, are you ready to bet against GitHub? And are you ready to bet against possibly an infinite loop? You know, I've played this game before and I lost, so I can't advise. The idea that we really don't need to cover edge cases here, bro, just go and fix the problem in the commit. It's easy. So let's get back to slides. What is going here? And here we have a corollary too. The best library is no library. So let's have a look. Best library is no a library. So take a look on this piece of code. Here. Imagine we have a duration in milliseconds, like the time a ticket has been in progress. We want to format the duration in a human-readable style. So if it's too long, we'll print out days. Otherwise, we'll show hours, minutes, or even seconds. So what will the newbie engineer say? They could say, date objects are really awkward. Wait milliseconds that normal people never deal with. The 29th of February only happens once every 4 years. The 2038 problem is looming. Endless division by 60 and 24. Let's use a fancy library like Moment to handle days like normal people. Wait, bro. It's a trap. Let's see. So we have what we have here. We have milliseconds. We have a function, formal duration. We have milliseconds as an argument. So we are going to use moment here to convert in human readable format using human readable methods. As second, we get milliseconds and apply the method as seconds. We took milliseconds and converted to minutes. We took milliseconds and converted to hours, and so on and so on. Milliseconds to days. Great enough. But let's have a look. Let's have a look at the next piece of code. So let me do this one. Oh, something was wrong. Let me check. Okay, what's going here? We can achieve the same result, the same function, yeah? Format duration. We can achieve the same result with properly naming. We don't need to use library with proper naming. We can just use proper naming in our variables. So we took milliseconds and divided first on 1000. So we got seconds. Next we divide seconds and got minutes and so on. Hours, days, the same number of lines, the same result. And we have said 145 kilobytes of collateral code. Amazing. How does it work? I didn't show you. Yeah, here it is. Duration, days, like that. Yeah. So let's back to deck with slides. What's him? Corollary 3. Well, if you still need words to communicate, then code them. There is no need to write long stories in your README MD or in your wiki or Confluence or whenever. Do you have your own unique code style and agreements? Good. Code them into linters and let them run on every common death after saving. Let's have a look. So, what's him? Yeah. What's him? Yeah, there is Preter and there is a Slint. So it's quite easy. What actually happens? You actually doesn't need to write the number of spaces for your tabs in Confluence. It's described here in Preter is here. So you can just put them in your repository, let them be part of your repository and relax. So it's quite easy. You don't need any words. You add some code and put it in your repository. That's great. So back to slides again. Corollary 4 is foster your team's dictionary. So what does it mean? Foster your team's dictionary and keep it in your README MD. And I suggest to start with done. What does done mean to your team? Do you know? I'm sure everyone is aligned on what done means. Let's write it down to make sure. What does done means? What does that mean? So let's write it. Yeah, README. What does done mean? So here is README, and I want to start with dictionary or glossary. Okay, let's start with done, as I suggest. Done. So I suppose there are a lot of work items you deal with every day, like feature, like maybe a user story, or maybe task, or even bug. So let's define done for user story. Then I said done for user story. That means, for example, the run unit tests, and the coverage, I say 70%. So when I say done, that means there are integration tests, and coverage, say, I don't know, 50%. When I say user story done, that means there are end-to-end tests, and say coverage, and no, 2%. Okay, what else? When I say done, that means product documentation done. Yeah, documentation. If I say done, that means there is documentation. If I say done, that means product owner got a video link end-to-end test. And if I say done for user story, that means that PO said amazing, guys. So if PO said amazing, we are ready to ship the user story. So we did it. Now everyone knows what does done means. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. 2 slides. Yeah, remember corollary 3? It said code if you have words, it's better to code them. So let's do it. Let's code the words. There are a lot of words. Something about unit tests. So let's imagine we already have unit tests and we want to run it and see the coverage. Let's run. Something going on. Yeah, look at that. Come on. Yeah, great. We are green. We are totally green. At first, we have coverage. So fantastic. We can check that is done. So next, imagine we are done with integration and end-to-end tests. So what about documentation? Yeah. What about documentation here? I need a code. Let's make some documentation. So I will use robot for that. Let's Iron Man works. Give me a type doc. I use type doc comment for function format duration. The Iron Man is working. Yeah, we have some description. Let's save it. And next, we need to generate some documents. I use tab doc. The generation is in progress. Yeah, generation is in progress. Something goes wrong or what? Yeah, everything is done. Everything is done. Let's check. Let's check here. Yeah, there is a documentation for our function with comments from Copilot. So we are done with this function, this item of done. We are done. So and so on and so on. There could be any items in your done definition. So at your choice. But what is important about here? Now you can easily make these chores a part of your GitHub action, and to save time, I'm going to skip this part. And what's important here, by the way, speaking of testing, there is a Maslow's pyramid for normal people, and there is a testing pyramid for engineers. And the pyramid suggests writing a lot of unit tests and just a few end-to-end tests. But I'm afraid we are mistaken. I suspect it's really telling us one end-to-end test is worth 1 billion unit tests and mocks. So I prefer one end-to-end test, and that is what I can advise. So let's go further. We coded some words. Yeah, we are here. So we're still talking about communication, and if you still have to communicate, then just shorten the feedback loops you have. I suppose there is the smartest guy in the room who reviews your pull request once a day, and well, that's good enough. But what's about an hour of pair coding session or an hour of mob coding session each day with ongoing peer-to-peer reviews? That shortens feedback loops and fosters sharing of knowledge, So try to shorten your feedback loops, any feedback loops you have in your team, and you will be wondered. So about communication, most people feel uncomfortable in uncertainty. Feeling uncomfortable leads to wrong decision. And wrong decision lead to a messy code base. So how do we handle it? Let's see. As a software engineer, you spend most of your time operating within this triangle. I call it the manager's samsara triangle. So that's a triangle about money, time, and requirements. So your decisions are restricted by boundaries of this triangle. But say me, does it make you feel any better? I bet not very much actually. So how can we empower our resilience? It's simple. Follow your principles, share them with your team, and enjoy. Sounds simple because that's simple. Principles are something you always carry in your pocket, so they are always with you. You can say, what even are principles, dude? What's it? What are you talking about? There are plenty to choose from, and you can pick something from above. You can take them from Scrum or Agile or Kanban, or you can ever take something from Prince if you are a thoughtful guy. So just go with the 10 commandments. I thought they work pretty well, indeed. So you can pick any system of principles and values, but you should embrace them entirely. That's the key. You cannot deliver 10 times a day and only meet business people once a fortnight. Yeah, that's agile principles, if you're familiar with. Yeah. So, what else? Build your daily routine step by step. Have you ever heard that small kids tend to develop attention deficit hyperactivity disorder if they aren't properly routinized? That's exactly what would you expect as a software engineer. So I suggest fill your day or week with simple routines. Every short day, briefing, pair program session, maybe mobbing session, refactoring session, whatever works for you. Maybe retrospective or sprint reviews, whatever. And just stick to them. So, few words about bad news. You've already been armed if you choose comfortable tasks or those that truly matter. You spend time trying to figure out the best solution instead of focusing on workable one, or you are simply tired. So I suggest next best action for you, remove one library from your app today, eliminate one item from your backlog next sprint, and define your done and automate it, please. So at least get some rest if you're tired. But that's the end, actually. Around the end, don't hesitate to reach out to me. All my contact details are on my website, which you can find on the second slide above. And guys, always remember, syntactic sugar causes cancer of semicolons. Bye-bye here.